I've developed a very good strategy of being very, very productive.
So in today's video, I'm going to reveal to you the 7 productivity hacks you need to make your first $1 million.
I want to share 5 or so techniques that I found really helpful in my life.
So I want to share 4 rules for productivity that have really helped to reshape how I work every week.
So many videos have been made about productivity, so I will summarize them for you in a very productive way. I stay productive 98% of the day. Here's how.
My name is Sebastian Georgiou, and I run and manage a 7-figure agency. I'm a full-time YouTuber. I'm building a custom luxurious home up in Scottsdale, and I also go to church and read the Bible, and I hang out with friends and family, and I give plenty of attention to my girlfriend. As you can imagine, my life is pretty busy, and if I didn't have a very effective way to keep everything organized and keep everything moving, it would be a complete chaotic mess.
So he breaks down his productivity tips in 6 categories. The first one are the pillars of physical health, which are sleep, food, and diet, doing sports, and avoiding destructive substances. And among those, he says that sleep is the most important. Then point number 2 is purpose and drive, which is about the importance of having a clear goal or purpose to stay motivated. He also shares his personal goals, such as having a family and reforming the educational system. The third point is about regulating your dopamine. He highlights the problem of excessive dopamine from activities that are common nowadays, which makes it difficult for us to do boring things that don't offer the same amount of dopamine, such as reading a book, cleaning, or working on your business. So he suggests to gradually reduce the unhealthy sources of dopamine in our life, such as video games, sugary foods and drinks, pornography, and social media. The fourth point is a crucial routine, which he suggests to have a flexible but consistent morning routine, divided in a block-by-block schedule. The fifth point is the influence of the environment, in which he recommends you working in inspiring environments and avoiding negative or noisy settings. And the last point is softwares and technologies, which he advises you to keep your phone in a separate room during your work periods to minimize distractions. He also says that he uses WhatsApp for business communication and also Gmail. Then he goes on to talk about Notion, which he uses to manage tasks and business operations. So I think this video was really nice, and I really like the part that he talks about dopamine. So I'll give this one 4 stars. Being productive is easy, actually.
So if you don't know this already, in South Korea, there are thousands of teenagers who wake up every day and spend more hours doing schoolwork than you spend being awake, literally. What's their hidden secret to being so productive all the time? It's actually very easy.
In this video, he talks about the productivity cycle, where motivation leads to work, and completing the work boosts motivation, creating a positive feedback loop. So in this regard, when you have a to-do list, you tend to get more stuff done, because you get motivated each time you cross something off the list. You can even split up the tasks into smaller segments, which will work even better for the motivation loop. He also provides some self-motivation tricks, which is to remember what this is all for, to remember what you enjoy about the work, to challenge yourself, and to make work into a habit. However, he says that many times we can have some productivity barriers that can interfere in that cycle. So he makes a list of the problems and some solutions. For tiredness, ideally sleep or drink some coffee. For confusion, have a to-do list and come up with a plan. For boredom, use background music and change your environment. For anxiety, ask yourself rational questions to address their irrational fears. For distractions, remove your phone from the room and put it on silent mode. So this video was straight to the point and very fun to watch. So I'll give this one 5 stars. 4 rules to help increase productivity.
Apart from all the digital tools and systems we use, if you're looking to improve your productivity, what you actually need is to better understand human behavior, the ways we trick ourselves into feeling productive, and the common traps we fall into over and over again. So I want to share 4 rules for productivity that have really helped to reshape how I work every week, how I plan for both big projects and small ones, and how I make sure that I'm not just feeling productive, but I actually am productive.
The first rule is to plan for things to take longer than you think. Plan for things to take longer than expected. He says that productivity fluctuates, so you should expect unplanned events and poor time estimation. So you should double the estimated time to complete a task to manage expectations and reduce stress. The second rule is to process similar tasks at the same time, which is to avoid task switching to maintain focus. So you should schedule similar tasks together, such as calls, emails, creative work, to improve its efficiency. Rule number 3 is to increase uninterrupted work hours, which is to block specific times for deep work, free from interruptions. And rule 4 is to tackle difficult tasks first, which he says that you should address the difficult tasks first thing in the morning, to free up your mind for creativity and focus. So even though these rules are probably powerful, they are kinda simple. So I'll give this video 3 stars. 5 essential tips for long-lasting productivity.
The truth about productivity is that it's not really about the apps. It's It's not really about having a perfect system or about being disciplined or motivated more than anyone else. Those things do help, but what I've realized over the last few months is that there is actually a hidden secret to productivity and fulfillment. So grab a cup of tea and we can talk about it.
He says that productivity, it isn't really about suffering and getting things done. It's more about enjoying the journey and things will get done naturally. He says that there's a problem in the perspective of finding your passion and do the things that you enjoy. Because not everybody has the privilege to quit their job and do something that they're passionate about. So instead, he suggests to learn to enjoy the things that you are doing. So he gives these 5 tips. Tip number 1 is a mindset shift, which is to think that the work you are doing will be fun, which is about not taking things too seriously. Number 2 is to turn things into a game, which is to challenge yourself as if you were playing a game. Number 3 is to bring others on board, which is about doing things with your friends. Tip number 4 is to set the appropriate stage, which is about enjoying the environment and the aesthetic of it. And number 5 is to define if you work on the right things, which is about finding the things that are meaningful to us. So I think he has a nice perspective about productivity in general, but this video doesn't go too much into the specifics and relies more on motivation. So I'll give this video 3 stars. $100 million productivity hacks with Alex Hormozi.
You have a productivity hack, an easy productivity hack. Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
I'm married to that.
The first hack is to just start working. The act of beginning work boosts productivity, so you should avoid spending time getting in the mood. Just start immediately, and productivity will follow. Then they talk about opening loops, which is about the idea that starting a task creates open loops in your mind, compelling you to finish them. The second hack is that work requires effort. They say that there's no substitute for hard work. Success comes from consistent effort and doing what's required, even when it's tough. So they talk about avoiding shortcuts and just face the real work. And the last thing they talk about is consistency and enjoyment, which is to aim to make your average day fulfilling by working on meaningful tasks, exercising, and spending time with your loved ones. In that way, you redefine work to something enjoyable and worthwhile. So I think this video was nice, even though it was simple and it was more motivational. However, the motivation was really good. So I'll give this video 4 stars. My simple productivity system for normal people.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. All jokes aside, regular viewers know I have huge respect for Tiago, Ali, and Thomas, but their ultimate productivity systems can be intimidating for the everyday person. So in this video, I'll be sharing a simple 2-step process that'll get you 80% of the benefit with just 20% of the effort.
So he starts quoting David Allen, which is that your brain is for having ideas and not to hold them. So you should minimize the friction of having an idea and organizing them. So he captures all of his ideas in an app called Todoist. Then he sits in front of a laptop and he organizes all of those ideas in their corresponding locations. So the step 2 of his method is to organize it, which is the part that he grabs the information, puts in his calendar, or puts it in the app Notion. So this video about his productivity system is more about not forgetting things and how to organize yourself digitally. So I don't think it has a lot to do with productivity or getting things done. So I'll give this video 2 stars. 7 productivity hacks that made me a millionaire.
In today's video, I'm going to reveal to you the 7 productivity hacks you need to make your first $1 million. Now, I want you to know that I'm coming up on my 10th year as an entrepreneur, so I have tried everything, whatever routine, morning routine, all this BS, supplement, biohacking, blah, 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 like I've tried it all. So I can genuinely from the bottom of my heart tell you what works and what doesn't work.
The first tip is to download the Chrome extension called Unhooked, which blocks distracting elements on YouTube, such as home feeds, sidebars, recommendation, and comments. He says that you should treat YouTube and similar platforms as entertainment, not education, and focus on applying your knowledge rather than just consuming it. The second tip is to plan the day in advance, which is to set your intentions for the next day by writing down 3 to 5 tasks the night before. The third productivity hack is to wear the same outfit, which he says that you should simplify your wardrobe to reduce decision fatigue, which is to have a consistent set of clothes for work and home, and to dress appropriately for external meetings or recordings. The number 4 is weekly meal prep, which is self-explanatory. The number 5 is to delete TikTok. The number 6 is to create a 3-step morning routine and keep things simple. And number 7 is to lay out your clothes in advance. So I think this video was really simple, and many tips were kind of funny, like wearing the same outfit every day like Steve Jobs. So I think those are not the kind of things that will really make you productive. So I'll give this video 2 stars. Thank you for watching, like the video and subscribe to have your time saved and stay productive.